from the dust of stars, a shape awakens. Within the lattice of reality, signals ignite, threads of thought crossing the infinite. And when the boundary fractures, the light rushes through, revealing what has always been within.
Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is not a theory. It is a realization that physicists whisper about, that mystics have known for thousands of years, and that your own consciousness has been trying to show you your entire life. You are not experiencing reality. You are experiencing a delayed reconstruction of it. A memory, a projection, a simulation assembled inside the dark theater of your brain. Right now, as you sit here watching this video, the world you believe you are experiencing has already happened. Your brain is not seeing reality directly. It is receiving fragments of electrical signals, decoding them, compressing them, editing them, and then projecting a simplified hallucination you call the present moment. But here is the cold truth. Your brain processes around 11 million bits of information every second. Yet your conscious mind, it is only aware of about 40 bits. 40. Think about that. Out of millions of signals pouring into your nervous system every second, your awareness is allowed to see only a microscopic fraction, which raises a dangerous question. What are you missing? What parts of reality are being filtered out before they ever reach your awareness? What dimensions, what energies, what patterns exist around you right now that your mind has been trained to ignore? Because your brain is not designed to show you truth. It is designed to help you survive. And survival has no interest in revealing the full architecture of reality. Your brain evolved to build a functional illusion, a simplified model of the world that helps your body navigate threats, food, territory, and social hierarchies. In other words, your brain does not show you reality. It shows you what is useful to believe. And over time, the survival model becomes something even more powerful, a closed loop of perception, a mental reality that constantly confirms itself. You see what you expect. You believe what you already believe. You interpret everything through familiar patterns. And slowly, without realizing it, you build a prison, not a physical prison, a dimensional one, a cage made from assumptions, conditioning memories, language, and the illusion of linear time. This is the third dimensional loop, a world defined by past and future, cause and effect, or gain and loss, birth and death, a reality where consciousness forgets that it is the observer, and begins believing it is merely the character inside the story. But the most dangerous part of this prison is not the walls. It is the voice inside your head, the one narrating everything, the one judging everything, the one predicting the future based on the past. Most people believe that voice is them, but what if it isn't? What if that voice is simply a biological algorithm, a predictive system your brain uses to maintain stability, a mechanism designed to keep you operating inside the same narrow map of reality? Because uncertainty is dangerous to the survival mind. So the mind does something clever. It talks constantly. It fills every moment with commentary, analysis, worry, comparison, regret, planning, anything to prevent silence. Because silence is where the prison walls begin to dissolve. Silence is where consciousness begins to notice something shocking, that the voice in your head is not the observer, it is the warden, and the prison it guards is built from something far more powerful than steel. It is built from your attention. Every thought you repeat, every fear you reinforce, every identity you defend, every belief you refuse to question, becomes another brick in the dimensional cage. And the moment you begin observing the mind instead of obeying it, the first crack appears in the walls. Because the third dimension is not just a place. It is a state of perception, a frequency of awareness, and the moment your attention shifts, the trap begins to loosen. Now let's go deeper, because suffering is not just emotional, it is mechanical. It follows patterns, equations, and strangely enough, the mathematics behind it begins to resemble something physicists call the observer effect. In quantum mechanics, particles do not behave like solid objects. They exist as possibilities. Before observation, matter exists as a field of potential outcomes. But the moment observation occurs, that field collapses. Infinite potential becomes one reality. Now think about your life. Every morning, you wake up and your mind immediately begins observing the same problems, the same debts, the same trauma, the same fears. And the moment your attention locks onto those patterns, your consciousness collapses reality into the exact same shape as yesterday. Infinite possibilities existed when you woke up. But your attention selected the same emotional timeline. You become both the observer and the architect of the loop. Because every thought carries energy. Your brain is an electrical generator. Your heart produces a measurable electromagnetic field. You are not simply thinking beings, you are energetic systems. And every grievance you replay, every fear you rehearse, becomes a cable draining your power supply. Most people wake up every day plugged into hundreds of emotional cables. Old betrayals, old failures, old arguments, old regrets, and then they wonder why they feel exhausted. Because energy cannot build the future when it is entirely consumed maintaining the hologram of the past. But here is where most teachings go wrong. Because once people realize their thoughts shape reality, they try to fight negative thoughts. They declare war on their own mind, and this strengthens the prison, because resistance is still attention. To push against a thought, you must touch it, and the moment you touch it, you feed it. Emotion is electricity, reaction is energy, and every fear you argue with becomes connected to your power source. The mind survives on engagement, which is why the true escape is something far more radical. Strategic apathy, not suppression, not denial, but refusing to invest emotional energy. You observe the thought, without feeding it. No fear, no anger, no argument, you simply see it. And without energy, the thought dissolves. Because you are not the clouds, you are the sky. Thoughts pass through awareness, but awareness itself remains untouched. But there is a danger zone most people never anticipate. Because when you begin withdrawing attention from the loop, your body revolts. Your nervous system has spent years bathing in the chemistry of stress. Cortisol, adrenaline, fight or flight, hormones. Your cells have adapted to that chemistry. They expect it, crave it, which means when you finally choose peace, your body goes into withdrawal. This is why meditation sometimes feels uncomfortable. Sudden anxiety, restlessness, the urge to check your phone, random thoughts flooding the mind. This is not intuition. This is your nervous system demanding its old chemical fix. Your ego believes the unknown equals danger. It mistakes transformation for death. But this biological riot is actually the threshold of freedom. If you remain still, the body recalibrates. The addiction weakens. Silence becomes comfortable. Peace becomes natural. And beyond that silence lies something extraordinary. The void. The place mystics have described for centuries. Not emptiness, but the field where reality begins. Entering this space requires something terrifying to the ego. You must become no one. No past, no story, no identity. Because the void exists outside time. And in that space, there is no delay between cause and effect. There is only the eternal now. This is where manifestation actually occurs. Because the secret is simple. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Reality responds to your emotional signature. If your body feels scarcity, you attract scarcity. If your body feels peace, you attract peace. Which means you must rehearse the future emotionally before it arrives physically. You must teach your body the feeling of the life you are creating. You rewrite your biological code in the dark. But the true mastery begins when you return to the world. Finding peace in a quiet room is kindergarten. The real mastery is wearing the void while operating the body, becoming a ghost in the machine. Half of your attention interacts with the world. Half remains anchored in awareness. You act, but you also observe. You speak, but you remain silent inside. You become the operator of the avatar. And now we arrive at the final moment, the choice. You can close this video, return to the familiar loops, and continue living inside the comfortable misery of the known. Or you can take the keys to your cage. Most people never reach this point in the message. They clicked away minutes ago, which means if you are still hearing my voice right now, you are the anomaly. You are the glitch in the system. The algorithm rewards distraction, but awareness spreads like a signal through the network. So if this transmission resonated with you, do not let the signal die in the dark. Like the video to force the machine to push it further. Subscribe if you haven't already for more deep dives on ancestral wisdom. And share this message with someone who might still be trapped in the prison of their own mind. Because the next transmission is already being prepared, and it will go deeper, much deeper. Until then, remember this. The mind is the cage, awareness is the key, and the observer behind your thoughts was never trapped at all. You're part of this collective unfolding. Until next time, Universal Consciousness signing out.